Yes, yes. I'm bringing live streams back onto the channel, and yeah, and as more people get in here, let's talk. So I want to do like a motion graphics commercial, something like this, similar to this. Now we're going to model a shoe. By the way, you can let me know if everything is showing up correctly on your side. But anyway, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? So we're going to model a shoe and make some motion graphics commercial out of it. So we're going to try something like this. This is from Motion Graphics Collective on Instagram, and I think they're using Cinema 4D. Hello, Alvin Mouse. How are you? Good to see you. I don't think I'm going to use the timeline just yet, but let's throw some reference images here. And I just drag. Perfect. I think this is the same shoe, so I'll just okay. I don't want them to get in the way. Let me just put them around here. Get rid of the grid and any of these. Text info. Okay. Let's start by making a simple shoe. Doesn't have to be too detailed. And we can use that. Wait, save. Oh, this shoe commercial. Turn on random colors here and shortcuts. That doesn't seem to work. Anyway. Okay. Just, I think, just going to estimate everything. Hello, Alexander Rosario. How are you? Glad to see you. Glad to see you are joining us. That's amazing. Turn on clipping here. I think I can. Yeah, I think that's a good profile. Just grab this and pull this up a bit. I think it should come down around there. Hey BK Raj, how are you? Hello Troska. Hi, always. What are you doing today? Yeah, I'm trying to make a shoe commercial, like something like this. Yeah, so we're starting with modeling the shoe, and then we can start on working on the animation. And so how have you guys been? How have you guys been? And thanks to anyone who's liking the stream. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. I think I can start. I think this profile is a bit thick, especially here. So let me There's something like that. Yeah, thanks for the likes, guys. It really helps out. It pushes the stream out to more people, and we want more people here, so that's great. All right, let's see. What are you guys doing? Motion graphics in Blender? Yes. Motion graphics in Blender. I don't see a lot of tutorials about it. That's why you see trying to do a lot of it, because I think it's a topic that is not covered very well in Blender. Hello, Lahiru Isanka. How are you? Hi, I'm not sure how to spell that, but how are you? With the B in your profile. And what is the best tool for modeling and animation? That's a hard question to answer. Sorry. But most 3D tools can do anything you want. So and everyone is just going to give you a different answer, and most people are going to be biased towards what they use already. Okay, think let's see, this profile is a bit thicker here. Pull these vertices like this. Okay, oh, need to go in the top. So mirror doesn't really work well for shoes because they are not symmetrical, but for now we're just going to first keep everything symmetrical. We can come back and adjust things. Hello, Andre XD. By the way, I'm working on a motion graphics course to make more detailed, with more detailed steps. Okay, this here is around here. Let's see. Okay, this should go out a bit. Okay, I think I need to open this area up. And this side as well. Hello, Yanden boys. How are you? Thanks for a lot of these kind of content. This kind of products, commercials help us, especially me. Thank you. I'm glad it's helping out. Yeah, and the feedback really helps a lot as well. Hey, so I think this should extend. Extend around here, and just going to pull this. Let me pull that out. Trying to see how I could. I think this is a bit. Just add a loop here. I want it to go that side. I think I need an extra loop here and an extra one here. Just making the necessary cuts. Definitely need another loop here. This looks like doesn't look like a sports shoe. So let me just push this up a bit. Call out text animation. Oh, you need a text animation? We could do that maybe in the next stream. Okay. Where's my music? Okay. One thing I'm noticing is that this sole here should go. Let me see. I think this should be around there, and this, yeah, this here. Let me just grab these two here. Going to just open this up. Okay, let's see. I think if we add a little bit more detail, we can start to see the shoe taking shape. Let me look at another image. This is a bit more flat. I think the front here should be something like that. I need to open up this. Let me see. This part here should be quite thin. I think I got to also pull this back a bit. Don't want to spend too much time on the shoe, but since it's the main thing in the animation, kind of have to. Okay, let's start adding in some detail. I'm going to add in this, I don't know how it's called, but just going to first add a loop cut here, and I need to terminate that loop around here. So I think I can add a loop like that, and then I can grab this. Not sure if I should separate this into its own object. Okay, let's see. And push this out. So it's something like that. Now it should connect very well like that. And need to, I can also, let me try separating this side, this part here. Let me first remove these knots. How long have you known Blender? Quite some time. I've been using Blender since was it? Since which version was it? 2 point. Sorry, 1 point. Was it 1 point for something? 1.7. I said, I don't want to spend too much time onto the shoes because the main theme of today is motion graphics. So we are going to cut some shortcuts. .7 I don't remember which version it was, but it was I think it was 1. Something 1.7 1.74 was it? Need this to be a bit more thick, I think. I want us to have something usable for the motion graphics stuff part, but I don't want to spend too much time on making the shoe. Okay, seems here, this part here, we can has something like that. So I guess we need a loop. I made a mistake of adding the inside piece. Should actually just use a solidify modifier for this part. First turn off this. I should be using a solidify modifier for this part. Anyway, so let's add that. Thickness should be on the interior and this up. Okay, so we want to have this edge loop here. I think it should come like that. So I need a way to I need these edge loops to be redirected as well. So we have some smooth edge loops. Sorry, so that we have smooth edge loops. So this should be removed, and yeah. Okay, this should go like this, and I think we need an edge loop here. Yeah, one that goes like that, and one edge loop that goes up here. So yeah, one goes like that, and another one goes up like that, and I think yeah, we can have something like that. And this part here, I'm just going to separate it from the rest of the shoe. If we give it its own solidify subdivisions, we can have that. Of course, we are going to get a lot of gaps here. It's yeah, I think that's okay, because I think this pushes out a bit because it's the opening part of the shoe, and also the thickness should be quite thin. Could be quite thin. I think I need to use a crease like that. Now this here should extend to the inside Hey friend, looks good. Do you know about already been chewed motion graphics, motion studio? Not really, not really. Do they have an Instagram page I could look at? Or is it a YouTube channel? Okay. Okay, this still needs to be really thin. Yeah, something like that. And it should, this part here should be tucked in. So I'm going to add an edge loop here and just push these in like that. And I think this should also, okay, shouldn't have, should not have, okay. I need to push this in. Lots of Houdini work. Are they on Instagram? Say they are called Bean Chewed. Bean Chewed Motion. Already been chewed. I can't find them. I can't find them on Instagram, man. Okay. Shoes do require time to make. Let's see if we will be able to make it. I think here, this thing here should come and this part we can remove for now. I'll need some edge loops to work with here. And I think I need to make another diversion here. Really wanted to get into the motion graphics really quick, but this takes a bit of time to do. Okay, the shoe is starting to take shape. Not as fast as I want it to, but it's getting there. It is getting there. I think this part here should be a bit thicker. Hello, how are you? How are you? How are you doing? I want to just have some good detail we can work with. Then we can go to the motion graphics, but this is taking quite some time. I think I'm going to add in some extra detail here. I'm just going to divert this edge loop here, just so we have some detail. So I think I could just insert this, push it out just a bit, and get rid of this. Good to hear that you are fine. Okay. I'll add some supporting edge loops there to make that detail a bit more defined. Just small things like that can help with detail. And let's see. Just trying to find more ways to add detail, because I can't really do exactly the same shoe here. It would take me just too much time. So I'm just going to add my own details to make this look more like a shoe that deserves a commercial. Okay, so I'm going to add another layer, like something like this. So I'm going to come in here. I need to divert this here, and I think I can work with an extra edge loop here. Okay. Let's see. You can select this part, inset, push out a bit, and just get rid of these middle loops. Let me see. Can I? Just okay. Yeah. Or that more defined like that, and we have some pinching here. Don't like that, so just need a way to separate this. I think if I just continue this loop, I can remove this pinching here, just like that. And need this base to be more defined. Of course, there are better ways to operate these, but just going with a much faster way. Maybe we could also add in some extra details. So for example, I'm just going to grab around these edges, just insert them and push. Just push these in, and I'm also going to grab this portion here, set it. I need to smoothen some of these parts bits a bit. And I think let me just add an extra loop here. Just push this in a bit. Yeah, it's starting to look like a shoe, like a nice shoe. Okay, so let's go to these other loops here, see what we can do. Let's close the gaps between these. Looking great. Thank you, Leo De Grace. Thank you, and thank you guys for 30 likes. Appreciate that. Appreciate it quite a lot. Okay, let's see. This is a little. There's a lot of pinching going on here. Let me see why that is happening. Have this rogue edge. Okay, now that should be better. I'm going to also use Shift E. I think it should be. Let me see. All right, starting to look much better, especially this area here. And let me grab this here. Yeah, you want to add in these small details because they would help a lot when it comes to the motion graphics part and the setting up of materials. There will be the things we highlight. Yeah. Make this much smoother. Just slide these edges. Okay. So, yeah, I think we need to work on. Let me see. This here should come quite forward a bit. And this should be pushed back more. See, just like that. So this also should be pushed out and just like that. Let me see. I like to see how things are going to look while. So let's add in a shader. Let's see. Just look at the lighting a bit and see how the silhouette is going to come out. Go to cycles, denoise. So this is an area light. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I think it's starting to look better. I think I'm not sure of is this area here is still not how I like it, how I would want it to be. Okay, let's add some shoelaces. I think they will help. And I need to close these gaps. think I need to open this bottom up. Should come right to this side. Yeah, and then I need some solidify. Okay. Okay, that's where we are. Maybe we could also start working on some materials, see how eventually this would look. One thing I want to do, let me add, let me just grab this thing here, Shift D, and just, can I make a mirror? I think I just need to push these faces out. Good, mate. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, we want to start working on the materials as we add more things. For example, this, let me give it a nice plastic, translucent plastic. So this is going to have very little roughness and transmission, with some transmission roughness, which they removed, I think. Just a bit of roughness. And maybe I could give it a bit of color like that. And I'm also going to give this a teal color. Let me just sample this directly. Yeah, something like that. And let's go. Let's go to here. Go here. I'm thinking. What could I add? Yeah, I want to add in these dots here. These dots. So let's find a dotted pattern. Dot patterns. Yeah, I like this gradient option. Yeah, just save that. So I'm going to add that to this. So let me grab a new material for this one. Call this, I don't know, so can you do tutorials on broadcast motion graphics in Blender? Yeah, I'll definitely be doing that. And I'm also planning on creating a more detailed course. Perhaps, hopefully by next month, I should have something. Yeah, let me go to UV editor. Unwrap. Let's create a seam here that runs along this. Here, Control E, maxim, unwrap. Unwrap. What is wrong with this? Okay, so I'm using version, whatever version this is it's not working correctly. It's not UV unwrapping. So let me change to 4.1. Should be using. I should be using the official, the LTS version, which is 4.3.6, but it doesn't have light separation. So okay, let me see if this, because the other version could not unwrap. You can see now that unwraps without an error. So if you're having some issues, try a different version. Okay, I'm going to separate these as well. Control E, maxim, unwrap. Okay. We want to add these things here. Don't know how they call them. So let me bring back my image. It should come in here, rotate. See what way this would work out. Yeah, I think I like that pattern. Okay, this just should just go into the bump. Where is my bump? No more emission. Huh. This is just need a bump. Yeah, strength should be quite. See, we're starting to get something. And we can still add in some extra detail to this, so I'm just going to add in a few cuts and see how this looks. So if I say pull this up, yeah, I can give this a different color. Oh, actually, I think we can just make them separate objects. So to make our lives much easier, and yeah. And I think I'm going to give this a different material. Give it the orange. Yeah. Something like that. Can also come in here, do another one here. That's going to be the same material. Pushed out again. Maybe this time this could be a bit thinner. And maybe. Don't forget to save. Definitely. Yeah, let me just make sure I have a backup copy. Thank you for reminding me. Can you use nodes for the patterns as well? For the patterns? No. These would have to be texture nodes. I don't think that's possible yet. So this is the final animation we want to do. And I don't know if I should start working on that yet. Actually, let me, before I do that, let me just do one more thing here. Okay. Let's see, can I just... Yeah, it's starting to look like a shoe. I joined just now. But could you maybe give a really short overview on the particle system? The particle system is very simple. I'm not sure what you want the overview to be about. It's a fairly simple system, but yeah, and I think I want to give this some translucence. So, and I should just be full white. Or surface scattering. I don't know what works better, subsurface or just using a translucent material. Just oh my bad, I thought the bottom left image with the ball was from the scene. But this nah. But, yeah, these particle systems are easy to do. So maybe we'll take a look at them maybe if you want. I want to make these shoelaces. So I think if I look at this shoe here, it should be more, I think it's called concave or something like that. I don't know. More rounded than it is right now. Just going to shoelaces. Okay, these I think I could just go with a plain. So just simply to make something simple. So something like that, and subdivide these, just pull these up. And this should be just something like that. I'm just going to pull this up here, and I can grab, let me just add a subdivisions. Yeah, I have something like that now. I think for something like this, I'm just going to use geometry nodes. So I'm going to come here for the shoelaces and switch to geometry nodes. And I'm just going to convert this to a curve, to curve, mesh to curve, and no, I want mesh. Okay, let's search mesh to curve here, and that curve should be, I can use, I don't know, let me just create, let me just create the curve here. I'm just going to use a plane. If I add a subdivisions to this, I can come in here. Let me go to the outliner. So this, just drag that in. Also convert it to a curve and just use a curve to mesh. And this would be our profile. Just transform. Where is that? Yeah. We need to rotate this. So now I can just need to join this to the original mesh, I think. First. Some reason, even when I turn off geometry nodes, it doesn't disable geometry nodes completely. Huh. Now it works. Okay. Anyway, just want scale this down. And I need this to twist, so let's see. I think that would be a curve tangent. Set curve tangent. Tangent. I don't like how they changed. Curve tilt. I think, is it curve tilt yet? Anyway. And can have this going like that, and I need a duplicate of this. Shift D and mirrored. And turn on proportional editing for a bit. So that's what we have so far. We need to add in. Let me give this a set material as well. Material set. I don't like how they change this. Set material. It's not working. I don't know. Anyway, okay, let's start on the motion graphics part. We can always go back to the shoe, add more detail where we want it. But let's figure out how we are going to animate this. Let me first select all my lights and have them in a new collection called lights. Okay. And now let's work on the motion graphics. So what we wanted to do is this. So we start with this. And then have that transition, add a logo, which we haven't made yet, but that's okay. So let's start with by making a backup copy of this. So I'm going to first hide, disable the lights, select everything. I'm just going to have this in a collection called shoe. Just reset origins. No, we don't want to do that. We might have to apply the mirror, which gives us a lot more work than I want, because this doesn't seem like a shoe is too symmetrical. So yeah, we have to apply the mirror. I think for some of these, like this, and this and this. So these three parts should be a bit, so I need to flatten this side a bit and just rotate it just a bit to make this the right shoe. So I think I need to flatten this side as well, maybe push these in a bit to make it. Yeah, there's still a lot of work we could do here, but yeah, let's just jump into the motion graphics. So yeah, this shoe, we start with this here. I'm going to give this first of all, we need to make sure that all these have a final keyframe, so which should be around there. I'm just going to add a keyframe like that, and I'm also going to parent everything to turn empty like this, so that I can easily animate everything at once if I want to. So just going to select this collection and then parent this. Okay, and this for this we have the final rotation like that, but we will start with the sole. Let's hide everything else. So we start with this kind of, let's see. Yeah, this melting effect. So, and need to reset the origin of this. So we want it to come from under here. I actually need to set up my camera. So, okay. We can use geometry nodes for this. So I'm going to go to geometry nodes. Let's see. How do we make that animation? If we have, because if we turn this into a volume, mesh to volume, mesh to SDF volume, and now let's just use mesh to regular volume. Okay, and then volume to mesh. No, volume to mesh. No, volume to mesh. They changed the search system, and now it's kind of confusing me quite a lot. That we need to change a few parameters to get this to work correctly. Okay. don't know if this is the route I want to take. Maybe we could just use distribute points. Let me use the old blender because this is confusing without the search function. Okay. Okay, let's do distribute points in volume. And first we need to change this to volume. Like that. And I'm going to use some mesh. I'm going to use a cube instance on points. I just use that. So this should be subdivided. Subdivide mesh, subdivide surface like that. Level 2. And let's randomize this with a noise texture. Randomize the scale with a noise texture. So vector math, I'll just add a math node. Multiply. I need to subtract first. So I can grow this, I'll shrink it. Now I want to see if this would work with, we could have the same transition using a Boolean mesh. Code is slightly going to slow things down, but we shall see, we shall see. So original mesh, Boolean. And yeah, definitely this is really slow. So if I scale this up, yeah, we can get the transition. Let me see if I realize instances, does that speed up things? Not really, but so yeah, using booleans would just make things a bit more difficult to make. Yeah, it would be very slow. I thought I could use a volume, but with volume you lose a lot of. Let me see, how is this done? Let me see. Yeah, you lose the materials, but I guess we could lose the materials and just transition this. So if I use mesh to volume, the volume, still want the old version to be around. So just to see how far up we are. Yeah, something like that. And I need to blur to make this look smoother. I need to use a blur node, blur attribute, Now this should be a vector. It should be a set position. And this should be a position. And that we can blur this a bit. Use a set material. And I use a smooth set shade smooth. So we can basically start with, can I just dissolve this using, no. Can we play with this? Or we can just use a noise texture in the density here. It doesn't work like that, I guess. Let me see. Interesting. Yeah, I think we need a different way to animate this, because yeah, the way I was planning it doesn't seem to work out. So let's see. Get this back to its original position. You need a better way to animate this. Yeah, so another way we could do the same transition is, again, just using booleans, but with a single object instead of using geometry nodes. So I'm going to add a displacement to this, and I should have displacement. I should have a clouds texture. And, this should be subtracted. So with a boolean, subtracted. And can just toggle wireframe here. Yeah, so we start off with something like that, and then the camera should be tracking that progress. So first hide the other parts. This shouldn't be renderable, so visibility shouldn't be renderable. So something like that. Okay. Then Let's do what part? What part? This part here. Okay. Why is everything hidden now? Okay, we have that part done, and now we can do this here. I think I should have this filled in. I think it might give us better results when it's filled in. And the way I want to approach this one, let me see if I can get this to work the way I want. Should be aligned. Delete segment. Let me see if I have this deformed with this. So if I use a curve, can I just I want to see if I can just roll it out. Let me see. Yeah, this here. Yeah, something like that. So if we go back to the last frame, we need this to first have it positioned where it should be. And I'm not sure why it's not placed in the right position. Yeah, I guess I would have to first disable this. Yeah, so after this comes in here, we should have this. Let me add a hook. You should have this roll in as well. Yeah, there's quite a lot to figure out. It takes a few steps. Let's see. It should be something like that, and I'm not sure why my position, why all my objects are not correctly positioned. Let me first make sure this is correctly positioned. should be something like that. And then I can bring in the curve deformer. Origin 3D cursor. Yeah, so this should be, let me see. Yeah, so now I don't know why this is being shrunk in the x-axis. It's the beauty of working with animation. Things randomly happen for no reason. But I think you can see the idea I'm trying to go for here, but yeah. Yeah, the curve is not working as I want. And then now it has messed up. I guess the easy part would just be to just slap them on top of each other like that and call it a day. Okay. I'm not going to do anything too complicated now because it seems nothing wants to behave. So we have that. Then we get, I think this should come in a bit earlier. Now the camera continues to move. And then this. Oh, this should be parented to that. And, then we can create this transition and call it a day, because yeah, because I'm just going to get this, and let's go to geometry nodes. This should be we should not use the solidify here. Okay, so here we're just going to get some arc that looks like this. It should be about, what should it be? Should be something like that. You don't need that much resolution. I just want to distribute points on faces, and then instance on points. These are going to be our points. Rotation. Now we need a lot of points, and the scale. And I think then we need to turn this into a mesh. Curve to mesh, and then this should be a circle. Yes, something like that. Resolution can be 3. The radius very small. I think this should all point out in the normal direction. So I'm going to use align unit to vector. So I think I just connect this and just use vector math and to rotate these to face up. And, we need more. Yeah, something like that. Now we need to control their scale depending on a gradient. So let's see. Let's grab. So this is their scale. We can create a gradient. We can grab a gradient. Actually, we can just grab the position, and just look at the different components and see which one gives us the correct gradient. I think we should just look at this. Yeah, I need to. This is the gradient we're going to use. It will give us a nice transition to what we want. So I'm going to use a capture attribute, capture this, so that is transferred to the curves. Yeah, you can see that. And then now that can be used as the scale. Which seems to be too big. So I'm going to just map range. And you can already see what we are going for here. So when you add a math node here, I can control the transition, which is great. Another thing I could do is let's add a ramp, a car ramp here, just to make this a bit more. I think I could also use this in the animation, so I can randomize the animation a bit with a random value. So I'm just going to add this. It's going to create some random rotation that I can add to this, but it should also be controlled. So it should also be controlled. So with a scale value from this factor. So and I think we need to flip this, or we need to remap this. So that, yeah, we have something like that. And actually, we want to make this. Okay, I need to invert this again, so I need to come here, add another ramp, flip. Yeah, so now we just have this transitional part. And we can grab, let's see, yeah, this here. You can grab this, and I think we need to store it. You can store this before the distribution. We can store this, store in a named attribute. I'm just going to grab this here, call this mask. And this should also be, yeah, just want to expose this so that start with nothing and then make this transition. Now, because I still want the original thing here, how am I going to do that? How am I going to do? Yeah, I need the original version. Let me just grab it from here. So this is going to be joined back. So when we have this animation, we just see that. But what we can do for this, we can add some displacement. So if I do a set position around here, I can use noise and just under normal. If I connect this to the offset, it gets pushed out just like that. But I can scale this with a vector math and so scale and this here. So we have that's too much, so I'm just going to push this down a bit. I think I need to subtract from this noise. Okay, so we have something like that, but again, I want the same transition we have here, so add another, basically another scale here that uses the same thing we have. I don't know if that works very well here. So let's see. Let's do ramp and flip. For some reason it's not working as I expect. I think we need to, let me see. I need to look at this noise here. This gradient, which doesn't seem to work here. Let's just create a new gradient for this. Let's go into gradient. Yeah, like that. I use it for the noise. So we need a normal. Connected this here, and I just scale that normal with some noise. So noise. No, vector math scale and something like that. Again, still need to subtract 1.5 from this, so we have something like that. Again, we want to control the noise with the gradient we have, so that the noise is only where we have other gradient. So something like that, and I think, what should I do? What should I do? I need to make this more. Not sure why. Okay, I don't expect any distortion this side. Let me see. If I add a ramp, yeah, you can see that's exactly what we want. So we still want to control this with the same value we have. So I'll add a math node here. Or should I add it before the gradient clamp? No. Now what we can do is instead use a position node here, and I use vector math just to control the gradient directly like that, and that should give us a nice transition. And you can isolate this value so that, yeah, so that we can use the same input here. So let's see, 0.221. So we can use the same inputs. Where is that? Where did I use that? Oh, it's here. So there. And turn this off. Now if I control this, we should Interesting. Why is this not working? Oh, should be for the X here. So can control that. And now if you look at this, we are controlling two things. I think I need to push these a bit back. Okay, so with that we can go to the shader editor. Let me go back to here. Go to the we need separate materials for these lines here, for these instances. So I need a set material. Give them, I don't know, whatever material you want. So let's go back here and bring in the attribute node. I think I called it mask. If I look at that, geometry, it's not the mask I'm getting, but I think I should have it here on, and just, yeah. So I can come in here, so you can see the gradient we have, and just use this as a mask for transparency. To make a nice transition. Transparent. Yeah, it's just should be flipped around. Yeah. Yep. Just like that. So when I play with this, and I think, let me set this up to work with Eevee as well. So this should be blend, alpha blend. So let's go back to Eevee cycles. Let's isolate this. Yeah, so you can see we control this value and we get that. I think I need to turn these displacements a bit down a bit, so should come to the normal and just scale it down a notch. Yeah, so we can animate that. Let's go back to the animation and see. You get that, and we have after that goes in, we get this animation. So it's I think we can animate this value. And I think around here is my camera. Yeah. I need to switch to a close-up camera that looks at these. To get a more detailed shot. I need to delay. Let's see. Now we have too much light. Grab this. Okay. Hey Nikori, how are you? Glad to see you. Raul, how are you? Glad to see you as well. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so this guy, you can see what we're doing here. You get that, and maybe this part here, you can do a simple shape key transition. So this would be, it should also be parented to the other parts. So it should be parented to this. Again, for some reason it likes to move. Okay, so for this we can add shape keys. So that would be the final shape key. And here you could just do after this settles down just like that, we get this wrapping around. So we start from there and then just let it wrap the shoe. I think we could do the same thing for this, so we can just use a shape key. Just do something like that, keeping things very simple. So we start so this wraps around. As it's about to finish, we can start this. And then we need to change the camera again to a different camera, maybe that is looking directly at the shoes. Yeah, something like that. It's Of course, it needs a lot of polishing, but for something we have done in 1 hour or maybe 2 hours, I'm okay with that. And yeah, I will have to let you go right now. And yeah, we'll be doing live streams on every Monday.